Good evening, I'm Victoria Sheehan. Thanks for joining us tonight. We now know more about the family that was crushed by a sign at the Birmingham airport on Friday. The accident killed 10-year-old Luke Brissett and critically injured his mother and two brothers. Airport officials are still looking into why the flight information panel fell. They have taken down an identical sign at the airport. The Brissett family is from Overland Park, Kansas. Luke was a fifth grader there who loved to play basketball, and family and friends say his team had recently won a city championship. The Brissett family priest spoke about the boy yesterday.
And Luke had several siblings in our parish school and several cousins, so many good friends. You know, as a community of faith, he was somebody who was just a normal kid, a kid who was a person of faith. He was here in church every Sunday morning, and along with his family, they taught him good values. He lived a good moral life. He was shaped with the behaviors and the attitudes and the strength of what helps to make a society a good one.
Luke's mother, Heather Brissett, is still in critical condition at University Hospital in Birmingham. Firefighters estimate the panel that fell weighed 300 to 400 pounds. The accident happened in the recently renovated terminal that opened about a week ago. Well, 4 people were sent to the hospital after a head-on collision in Northport. The accident happened on Highway 82 in front of Spiller Furniture and Fast Track Express Car Wash. The head-on collision happened around 7:30 tonight involving an SUV and a small car. 4 people were sent to the hospital with unknown injuries. Northport Police Department and Northport Fire and Rescue responded to the accident. 82 westbound was blocked for a few minutes, but traffic is now free-flowing. A bill that has passed the Alabama House and is pending in the Senate poses an old dilemma for lawmakers: jobs versus the environment. The bill would drastically lower taxes for businesses that use the hazardous waste disposal facility at Emile in Sumter County. The fees for disposing waste were raised in the early 90s to help the economically depressed county. But bill sponsor Representative A.J. McCampbell says the higher taxes cause businesses across the nation to look for other places to dump their waste. He said that caused employment at the plant to be cut in half. Well, unfortunately, more jobs are under siege in Fayette County. As we reported to you, Walter Energy Incorporated has announced it is closing its North River mine in Fayette County. The company laid off 131 underground coal miners and will offer jobs to about 80 employees at 2 other mines in the Brookwood area. Company spokesman Dennis Hall says the mine was initially slated to close by the summer of 2014, but economic conditions led the company to act sooner. Hall says the facility employed more than 300 people. Today marks just 1 week until Easter Sunday, and the Hale County community got together to celebrate. Greensboro Baptist Church played host to a community-wide Palm Sunday service that included singing and messages from pastors that represented several different denominations. Pastor Paul McGuire is the pastor at Greensboro Baptist, and he says that it shouldn't matter what church someone goes to, the community should always come together.
Really trying to draw everybody into the time of worship so that it's not just individuals who are participating, but bringing in the entire community and the congregations represented in worship.
Meanwhile, officials at Auburn say the university plans to turn portions of the poisoned oaks at Toomer's Corner into commemorative items. The vice president of Auburn Alumni Affairs, Debbie Shaw, says the items will have different costs depending on what they are. Fans can roll the trees for the final time at an A-Day ceremony on April 20th. Shaw said the trees will be removed April 23rd. In tonight's Crime Watch, it has been exactly 1 month since a Tuscaloosa woman was found dead inside her home in the Highlands neighborhood, and the hunt continues for her killer. The body of 73-year-old Kate Ragsdale was discovered inside her home on Sunday, February 24th. Investigators say she could have been killed a few days before. The autopsy calls the cause of death sharp force injury, but investigators say Ragsdale was not stabbed to death. The Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit has reached out to the FBI for their lab in Virginia and the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences for their DNA lab, as well as the city of Tuscaloosa for fingerprinting. As of now, there are still no suspects in the case. Well, Alabama is one of the least healthiest states in the United States, according to the United Health Foundation. But some people in Tuscaloosa are fighting that ranking using a fitness program called CrossFit. WVUA's Emily Forrester stopped by Northport's CrossFit Innovate to find out what CrossFit really is all about.
The general term for CrossFit is functional fitness, so I stopped by CrossFit Innovate in Northport to get a look at just how functional CrossFit is.
CrossFit is basically where we take 9 functional movements that we do every day, whether it be running, walking, squatting, picking stuff off the floor, putting stuff up on above our heads.
CrossFit is so much more than just working out. It's a whole lifestyle change.
From beginners to the most elite athletes, CrossFit employs the most basic functional movements like stepping up and picking things up off the ground. CrossFit coaches say anyone can succeed at this program.
We can take somebody who's an ex-professional athlete and bring them in and train them right along somebody who's never done anything before in their life. They just want to get fit. We have a bad habit of relating fitness to what we look like in the mirror. The reflection in the mirror is a very, very bad judge of fitness.
Yesterday's gone. There's no point of focusing on that. You can't change anything, but what you can do is you can get better when you come in this gym every single day.
Both Roberts and Jones use the word community to describe the CrossFit lifestyle.
Everybody works out as a group, and they kind of get involved with each other, cheer each other on.
If somebody finishes the workout before me, they're going to be right behind me, pushing me, making sure I get it done as fast as I can.
At CrossFit Innovate, each member always has at least one personal trainer by their side during the workout. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Emily Forrester.
Much better.
Really? WVUA News.
CrossFit tournaments usually benefit some sort of cause like autism or bringing water to Kenya. This Saturday, there's a tournament at CrossFit Tuscaloosa benefiting cystic fibrosis. Welcome back. Eagle Scouts, Scoutmasters, and parents gathered in Orlando, Florida yesterday to announce the launch of a national campaign to keep gays and lesbians out of the organization. The new coalition is called onmyhonor.net. Organizers want people to email the Boy Scouts of America if they're against the organization allowing openly gay members. But they say they don't want their message to be misconstrued.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
And we'll try to get that shot to you in just a moment. But actually what you just saw was more than 15,000 runners took part in a race today to honor the victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre. As Mike Manoli reports, mostly everyone has a connection to those who died that day in December.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Many of the people we met in this crowd of thousands have personal connections to Sandy Hook.
The impact of the day and the caring and compassion that comes from teachers that I think only if you're a teacher you could truly understand.
Erica Keene and Lisa Mazzella are both from Newtown, and both are teachers in neighboring districts. For these two, this run brings back memories of where they were and what they were doing on the day their hometown elementary school was attacked.
I was in lockdown in the girls' locker room with my students.
I think the way it's changed me is that it's made me say I love you more, hug more, and spend more time with your family.
Sandy Hook!
Anthony Cormer is wearing a t-shirt with Noah Posner's picture. Anthony's mom and Noah's mom are friends, so that's just 2 degrees of separation between Anthony and a victim. And, adding to the emotional toll, Anthony is a new father.
All I could think of was my son. I don't know how I would react if something were to happen to him. I know it's going to be emotional, especially crossing the finish line.
We prepare to begin this race in support of hope and healing. We pray that you will help to remind us that this run today is part of a far greater journey for all of us.
The runners also helped raise money for the Sandy Hook Families Foundation. Well, winter is refusing to make a quiet exit from the Rockies. Despite spring's arrival, much of Colorado was pummeled with a snowstorm this weekend. Conditions led to a 50-car pileup on I-25 and in the eastern part of the state. Whiteout conditions closed down 154 miles of I-70 from Denver to the Kansas state line.